My name's Subash Ludhra. I'm the chair of the West London Bench. Outside of work, I run an international risk management consultancy which deals with business continuity, disaster recovery, health and safety, construction safety, food safety. I also run a property company, so juggling the judicial work in with my other roles is a major challenge, but it's one that I thrive on. You have to be a JP on the bench, you have to put yourself forward to become a bench chair, and then an election would take place where the bench would essentially elect their bench chair if there's more than one individual. If it's just the one individual, you're generally elected by default. Clearly you need to have sufficient experience and knowledge of judicial procedures. I first got into a similar role by becoming a youth offender team panel member, where I was effectively dealing with justice with young children, and from that I became more and more interested in the role, and somebody suggested that I would make a good magistrate, so I applied and here I am. The bench chair role is broad and varied. So as I said earlier, you act as a leader, you deal with pastoral matters, you deal with a range of issues relating to the courts and the running of the courts, as well as dealing with individual issues, and that may be grievances, that may be leaves of absence. I think in order to be a bench chair, you need the general management skills, you need people skills because it's all about individuals and people, and you need a good understanding of the judiciary. Fortunately, I've only been a bench chair for approximately 15 months, so there haven't been any lows. But in terms of highs, you tend to get a high when someone comes and says thank you for something that you've been able to achieve. Not particularly. I wouldn't say there are any barriers. I mean, clearly you need to ensure you have sufficient time available to fulfil the role and do it justice. But other than that, there's not really been any barriers. An interesting question. People often ask me, do I enjoy the role? Do I find it rewarding? Essentially, if you put yourself forward for this type of role, I see it as a duty, and for me it's about fulfilling that duty to the best of my abilities. So it challenges me as an individual, it helps me enhance my management skills, and you're dealing with different issues almost on a daily basis. And again, if there's anyone out there thinking of putting themselves forward to be a bench chair, go for it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. I don't believe it matters at all. I come from a social background. I spent 17 years living in council houses, and I applied to become a magistrate, and a number of years later here I am as the West London Bench Chair. I don't think qualifications or background make any difference whatsoever. If you are interested in local justice and you're interested in giving something back to society, I would urge anybody to put themselves forward and apply, irrespective of education and social background.